So today we're going to talk about the real number system. The real number system are the numbers that we encounter in our real life, in our everyday life. We live in the real world. We're working with real numbers. So I'm going to first start this video by talking about the number families that make up the real number system, and then showing you a good visual of how the number families are contained within each other. So where do you start when you're starting to learn? Well, math and numbers in general, you start by counting 1, 2, 3. So the first number family where I want to introduce is the natural numbers, also known as the counting numbers. After that, we have the whole numbers. The whole numbers are all of the natural numbers, but then we add in 0. So we add in 0, that makes us a whole number system. After the whole numbers, we have the integers. That includes all of the whole numbers and their additive inverses, otherwise known as like the negative whole numbers, like 1, 2, and 3. After that, we have the rational numbers, which is any number that can be written as a fraction or a ratio, right? Rational, ratio. That's numbers like 1/2, 2/3, 7/5. Any of those could be -2, and that'd be okay. It also includes all of the integers, because any number can be written as a fraction over 1. -3 divided by 1 is still -3. 0 divided by 1 is still 0. And 4 divided by 1 is still 4. So we can have the rational numbers includes the integers. So the natural numbers, whole numbers contain the natural numbers. The integers contain the whole numbers. The rational numbers contain the integers. But the irrational numbers don't contain anybody, because these are any numbers that cannot be written as a fraction. That's kind of the complete opposite of the rational numbers. A good example of that's pi, that E button on your calculator, square root of 2, right? These are numbers with decimals that go on and on forever. They're non-terminating, and these are irrational because they cannot be written as a fraction. So if I take the irrational numbers, the rational numbers, and everything they contain, that makes up all of the real numbers. All of the numbers listed above together make up the real number system. The real number system essentially is any number that's not imaginary. That's not a concept I'm going to cover in this course. You'll probably come across it in a higher level math course, such as intermediate or college algebra, right? But we're just trying to get our skills built for college math. So here's a good visualization of the containment, right? We have the counting numbers like 1, you can't see that very well, let's change colors, like 1, 2, 3. After that, we throw in 0 to get the whole numbers. We add in the additive inverses, or the negative whole numbers. We've got our rational numbers, that's anything that can be written as a fraction. And those are all kind of contained within each other. Then separate from that is the irrational numbers, right? Those are numbers that are not rational, such as pi, e, square root of 2. They're all hanging out together. So if I take all of the rational numbers and all of the irrational numbers together, that gives me the whole real number system.